Hey everyone, it's Alex, and I am here with another video for the 71st Annual Tony Awards. Today I'm going to be talking about the special awards that will be given out at the ceremony, namely 5 of them. Yes, that's right. There will be 5 special types of Tony Awards given out this year for the 71st Annual Tony Awards. And these 5 honors include the Tony Honors for Excellence in the Theater, the Isabelle Stevenson Award, the Lifetime Achievement Award, the Regional Theater Award, and a special Tony Award for Sound Design. So let's not waste any more time and dive right into the special honors. And I'm just going to read from the press statements that were put on the Tony Awards website. So first up, Tony Honors for Excellence in the Theater. The Tony Awards Administration Committee has announced that they will present the 2017 Tony Honors for Excellence in the Theater to 2 of the most successful general managers in the Broadway community, Nina Lannan and Alan Wasser. The Tony Honors for Excellence in the Theater were established in 1990 and are awarded annually to institutions, individuals, and/or organizations that have demonstrated extraordinary achievement in theater but are not eligible in any of the established Tony Awards categories. Nina and Alan are the driving forces behind some of Broadway's most cherished and long-running musicals, and their individual contributions to the theatrical landscape, not only on Broadway but around the world, are exemplary. We are thrilled to honor them this year, said Heather Hitchens, president of the American Theater Wing, and Charlotte St. Martin, president of the Broadway League, in a statement. Nina Lannan has served as executive producer and manager on more than 50 Broadway productions since she began as the assistant general manager on the musical Cats in 1980. Nina has the distinction of being the first woman to chair the Broadway League, the 80-year-old national trade association for the Broadway theater industry. In 1977, after graduating from UC Berkeley, Nina's first professional job was in the stage management department at San Francisco Opera during the heyday of Kurt Adler's leadership. Nina moved to New York in 1979 and worked with the Brooklyn Academy of Music Theater Company for 3 months, headed by David Jones, before being hired by R. Tyler Gatchell Jr. and Peter Neufeld at Gatchell and Neufeld Limited. The legendary General Management Office. It was the start of Nina's association with the musical Cats, which she worked on for the 18-year original run on Broadway, that marked the beginning of a cherished mentorship by the Schubert Organization's Bernard B. Jacobs and Philip J. Smith. In 1993, Nina began working with the Really Useful Company as its in-house general manager for all of its productions in North and South America, and in 1998 she opened her own office, Nina Lannan Associates, before founding Bespoke Theatricals with Maggie Brone, Amy Jacobs, and Devin Kudell in 2011. During her time working on Broadway, Nina has general managed dozens of shows and multiple tours, including Cats, Annie Get Your Gun, Starlight Express, Sunset Boulevard, Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Thoroughly Modern Millie, Mamma Mia, Dirty Dancing, The Color Purple, Legally Blonde, 9 to 5, and Billy Elliot. In addition to general management, Nina served as the executive producer of School of Rock, Motown the Musical, and the long-running hit musical Mamma Mia for its entire Broadway run. Alan Wasser was the founder and chairman of Alan Wasser Associates, comprising 3 companies which specialized in theatrical general management, tour booking, and tour marketing across North America. A native of Portland, Oregon, Alan earned his bachelor's degree at Columbia University, majoring in music composition and orchestration, and got his start in the professional theater at Circle in the Square, first as subscription manager and later as assistant managing director. After years of gaining experience on the road with touring productions, Alan was appointed general manager of productions for the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts in 1985. In 1986, Alan Wasser Associates general managed all of Cameron McIntosh's Broadway and U.S. touring productions, including Les Miserables, Broadway and 3 touring productions, The Phantom of the Opera, Broadway and 3 touring productions, Miss Saigon, Broadway and 2 touring productions, 5 Guys Named Mo, Swan Lake, Putting It Together, Martin Gare, and Oklahoma. With his business partners Alan Williams, Aaron Lustbader, and Mark Shackett, He later formed Foresight Theatrical LLC, which offers executive producing, general managing, booking, press, and other theatrical resources for stage productions both in the United States and overseas. Broadway productions have included Fosse, Seussical, Sweet Smell of Success, Hollywood Arms, All Shook Up, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Cheetah Rivera, The Dancer's Life, A Chorus Line, Martin Short, Fame Becomes Me, Crybaby the Musical, Journey's End, Thurgood, Oleana, Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, Lysistrata Jones, and so many more. Foresight Theatrical was the general manager for the Tony Awards from 2009 to 2012. Allen was a longtime member of the executive committee of the League of American Theaters and Producers, now called the Broadway League, and also served on the board of Playwrights Horizons. He is an amateur composer and in 1996 released a CD, Music from Laurel Hill. Next up, the Isabelle Stevenson Award. Director, actress, and choreographer Baayork Lee will be this year's recipient of the Isabelle Stevenson Tony Award. On April 25th, the Tony Awards Administration Committee announced that Lee will be honored for her long-standing commitment to future generations of artists through her work with the National Asian Artists Project and theater education programs around the world. The Isabelle Stevenson Award is presented annually to a member of the theater community who has made a substantial contribution of volunteer time and effort on behalf of one or more humanitarian, social service, or charitable organizations. Baayork works tirelessly to break down cultural walls that often build up around what theatergoers consider traditional musicals, and her dedication to fostering the next generation of performers and theater professionals to do the same is exemplary. We are thrilled to honor her this year, said Charlotte St. Martin, president of the Broadway League, and Heather Hitchens, president of the American Theater Wing, in a statement. Lee was an original cast member and assistant choreographer of the 1976 Tony Award-winning Best Musical, A Chorus Line, who has also staged many productions of the musical across the globe. Baayork Lee is the founder of the National Asian Artists Project, or NAAP, which is a community of artists, educators, administrators, community leaders, and professionals who work to showcase the work of Asian American theater artists through performance, educational programming, and community outreach. Through NAAP, Lee orchestrates her vision of educating, cultivating, and stimulating audiences and artists of Asian descent. The organization has produced productions of musical theater staples like Oklahoma, Carousel, Hello Dolly, Oliver, and Honor, with all Asian American casts. By turning a spotlight onto the high-caliber talent of theater artists of Asian descent, NAAP asserts, given the opportunity, the theater and its audiences will embrace diverse American voices who strive to claim both new and classic American works as their own. Lee has made it a large part of her mission to educate aspiring artists in musical theater. She created musical theater schools in Seoul, Korea, Tokyo, Japan, and the theater club at the Young Wing Elementary School in Chinatown, New York. Lee is best known for creating the role of Connie in A Chorus Line, as well as serving as Michael Bennett's assistant choreographer on the production, of which she has directed and choreographed many national and international companies, most recently in Klagenfurt, Austria, Santiago, Chile, the Hollywood Bowl, and Pace University in New York City. Her directing and choreography credits also include The King and I National Tour, Bombay Dreams National Tour, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella New York City Opera, Barnum, Australia, Carmen Jones, John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, Porgy and Bess European Tour, Jesus Christ Superstar European Tour, Gypsy, and A New Brain. She has also choreographed Miss Saigon, Kansas City Starlight, Mac and Mabel, Shaw Festival, Animal Crackers, South Pacific, Coconuts, Camelot, and Damn Yankees, all at Arena Stage in Washington, D.C. She has been the recipient of numerous awards for her work, including the 2014 Paul Robeson Award from Actors Equity Association, the Asian Woman Warrior Award for Lifetime Achievement from Columbia College, Asian Pacific American Heritage Association Achievement in Arts Award, and the Dynamic Achiever Award from OCA Westchester. Next up, the Special Tony Award for Lifetime Achievement in the Theater. Two-time Tony Award winner and stage and screen icon James Earl Jones will receive this year's Special Tony for Lifetime Achievement in the Theater. Jones's voice is known by people of all ages and walks of life, from Star Wars fans who have long recognized him as the voice of Darth Vader to children for whom he is Mufasa from Disney's The Lion King. In 1957, when I came to New York to study acting, my father, the actor Robert Earl Jones, took me on a grand tour, Jones said. The first night was to the opera Tosca starring Leontine Price. I loved the singing, but I didn't understand the format of opera. The second night was Swan Lake starring Margot Fontaine. The movement of the bodies just seemed like magic. The third night was Pal Joey. I was captivated by the warmth of the light on stage. I was not inspired to sing and dance, but I knew I wanted to be in the warmth of the stage light. The fourth night was Arthur Miller's The Crucible. By contrast, it created a cold world, coldness between human beings, but the ideas that Arthur Miller was able to evoke on stage were blazing hot. I knew I wanted to be a part of this and to explore the stage. In a statement, Heather Hitchens, president of the American Theater Wing, and Charlotte St. Martin, president of the Broadway League, said, "James Earl Jones has given us a lifetime of unforgettable performances on the stage, and his voice resonates through generations. His legacy is unmatched, and his work has had an impact not only on Broadway, but across the entire galaxy." In 1957, James Earl Jones made his Broadway debut. Since that time, he has performed on stage, television, and in films, and continues to receive accolades from every corner of the entertainment industry. In addition to having won 2 Tony Awards for his work on Broadway in The Great White Hope and Fences, Jones has garnered much praise for more recent stage roles, including those he performed in the Broadway productions of On Golden Pond, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Driving Miss Daisy, The Best Man, You Can't Take It With You, and The Gin Game. Among his numerous and distinguished awards, Jones has received the National Medal of Arts, the John F. Kennedy Center Honor, and most recently in 2011, the Board of Governors of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences presented him with an honorary Oscar. Next up, the Regional Theater Award. The Tony Awards Administration Committee has announced that based on the recommendation by the American Theater Critics Association, the Dallas Theater Center in Dallas, Texas, will be the recipient of the 2017 Regional Theater Tony Award. For close to 60 years, DTC's innovative, dynamic programming has made a significant mark on the Dallas community, as well as American theater at large, highlighted by its sustained focus on producing new works, supporting a resident acting company, utilizing theatrical space in surprising ways, and engaging deeply with the diverse Dallas community. Under the direction of artistic director Kevin Moriarty and managing director Jeff Woodward, Dallas Theater Center currently produces a vibrant season of new plays, classics, and musicals. The Diane and Hal Brierly Resident Acting Company demonstrates DTC's abiding commitment to supporting a core group of resident artists. DTC annually serves an audience of more than 100,000 North Texas residents. This season, Dallas Theater Center launched Public Works Dallas, a groundbreaking community engagement and participatory theater project designed to deliberately blur the line between professional artists and community members, culminating in an annual production featuring over 200 Dallas citizens performing a Shakespeare play. DTC's National Arts and Humanities Youth Program, Project Discovery, provides in-depth theater experiences for thousands of teens from 30 North Texas high schools. Since 1986, Project Discovery has allowed over 265,000 students and teachers to experience and study the finest in live professional theater. With equity, diversity, and inclusion as a core value, DTC is dedicated to expanding access and breaking down barriers for all people in its diverse North Texas community. DTC is one of the oldest regional theaters in the country. said Charlotte St. Martin, president of the Broadway League, and Heather Hitchens, president of the American Theater Wing, in a statement. They truly embody the importance of bringing live theater to audiences and educational programs to schools and youth throughout the community. Arts education is one of the most vital programs we can offer today's youth, and as it continues to be threatened, theaters around the country are stepping in to fill the voids that the cuts have created. We are proud of the community of theater and DTC that are stepping in to provide this vital form of education. And finally, the special Tony Award for Sound Design. On May 1st, the Tony Awards Administration Committee announced that Gareth Fry and Pete Malkin will receive a 2017 Special Tony Award for their outstanding sound design on The Encounter. These groundbreakers of the theater community will be honored for their contribution to continually enhancing the live theatrical experience. Gareth and Pete take the audience on a journey in The Encounter that is infused by the intimacy of sound, and the intricacies of that involvement were executed beautifully. They have created another dimension of the live theatrical experience, and we are thrilled to honor their work, said Heather Hitchens, president of the American Theater Wing, and Charlotte St. Martin, president of the Broadway League, in a statement. Gareth Fry is an award-winning sound designer best known for creating work for leading UK theater directors such as John Tiffany, Complicit's Simon McBurney, Sasha Wares, and Katie Mitchell. Gareth is a 3-time Olivier Award winner for Best Sound Design, most recently for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, also winning for Black Watch and Waves. Gareth has worked with Complicit since 1999 and spent 5 years working with Simon McBurney on the creation of The Encounter. He is the chairman of the Association of Sound Designers. His work includes over 20 productions at the Royal National Theatre, over a dozen at the Royal Court, and countless more at venues such as the Donmar Warehouse, Old Vic, Young Vic, and in the West End. He was also part of Danny Boyle's creative team for the 2012 opening ceremony of the Olympic Games. Mr. Fry runs workshops for directors exploring how they can use sound design in their work. Pete has worked extensively with Complicit and Simon McBurney, most recently at the Royal Court on the stage production of Robert Evans's The Kid Stays in the Picture. He also worked as associate sound designer for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which is now playing in London's West End. His work on Phila Deloitte's The Tempest was seen earlier this year at St. Anne's Warehouse in Brooklyn. In 2016, Pete won the Evening Standard Theatre Award for Best Design alongside Gareth Fry for their work on Complicit's The Encounter. His wide range of UK and international experience extends to work with the Royal Court, the Royal Shakespeare Company, Lyric Hammersmith, the Royal Exchange Theatre, and with companies such as Berlin's Schaubühne Theatre, Headlong, and 59 Productions. And those are all the winners of the special Tony Awards for the 71st Annual Tony Awards. From what I see, every winner seems very deserving. I'm not as familiar with Broadway as I am with movies, but I like to keep in touch with Broadway news nonetheless, just as much as I like to keep up in touch with movie news. Now, the first 4 awards I mentioned are special awards that are always given out at the Tonys every year, but the 5th award, the Special Tony Award for Sound Design, is a unique one, because sound design actually used to be a competitive category at the Tony Awards. However, in 2014, the category was discontinued, I believe because most voters were confused on how to best vote for the category, so the Tony Awards Administration Committee decided they shouldn't bother having to vote for it as a result, so they eliminated it, but that led to a lot of outrage, and they did say when they eliminated it that they would consider giving out special Tonys for sound design when they felt it deserved it. And I heard that The Encounter had some of the best sound design ever in Broadway history for its unique sounds that it used. But starting next year for the 2018 Tony Awards, sound design will be back in the competitive categories, but with some changes where instead of the entire pool of Tony voters being able to vote for it, only a select group who is fully aware of how theatrical sound design works will be able to vote for it. So next year the category will officially be back in the main competition. But for now, this year it's just going to be given out as a special award. But from everything I've heard about the encounter, it seems very well deserving of that win. Well, that is all I have to say for these special honors at the Tony Awards. Please let me know in the comment section below what you think of these honors. Please subscribe to my channel so you can get more of my new videos as soon as they're uploaded. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!